And we're live.
Oh, I was going to say I wouldn't sat on that Suzuki. Like that's the other thing I'm considering doing with my when I get off probation. Like I've already booked the flight, but I was thinking maybe if my probation officer would let me, I could just buy a fucking motorcycle and ride that thing all the way to Denver and like get there as I'm getting free. Like plan the trip that way. And
that could be fun.
It could be fun, although I've never really ridden a motorcycle before, so that it's going to be an interesting journey, right?
Well, that'd be the easiest way to do it. It's a lot of straight.
By the time you get there, honestly, you'll be good.
By the time I get there, I'll be good if I get there. And so yeah, I'm strongly considering that. I'm going to talk to my probation officer and see if he's down because I went and sat on that Suzuki today. It's like a $7,700 motorcycle, so I feel like that's a good one to start off with. If I drop it, I won't give a shit.
What is it like a
SV 650?
Oh, yeah. The best. I had one of those. I had an SV. That was my first motorcycle.
Oh, cool.
SV 650, like 2003 or 4 maybe. And I bought it for $4,600 used. I put 8,000 miles on it in 2 years, and I sold it for $4,600. It was perfect. Cost me zero to own, and it was such a great motorcycle for everything. Like good on the canyons, good on the highway, good for in the city.
Hot load. Can you click on the one with the white gas tank?
Yep, that's the one.
Is it an S? An S or a regular one? I would go with the regular one, not the S.
Kind of white and red
across the country. You don't want
the white and red one. Top center.
That's great. These are such good motorcycles.
That's this year's paint. What am I looking for?
So like, I was thinking maybe like put a little storage thing on the back there and definitely change that exhaust out because I don't like the look of it. But everything else I think is pretty, and a windscreen.
Tail tight.
What you could do for a road trip, you could do the top mount cargo box, the hard box, and then soft saddle bags on the side. So you can, and then you can remove the saddle bags and like throw them over your shoulder, and it's like a suitcase you can bring inside with you. These are
I don't need a lot of
really
storage.
Good motorcycles. They really.
I would need like one night's change of clothes, really, because my plan would be, I think, to like mail all my shit to like the house I'm staying at in Denver, like a couple days prior, and then just ride there with the clothes on my back and like one change to like stop at a hotel, spend the night, and then just pick up again the next day. Because I think it's about a 2-day ride.
Yeah, be fun.
That'd be an ambitious 2-day ride. Kyle, do you think you're going to get that bike? You're on mute, by the way.
So I think I want to. Obviously, I'm going to go. I would say there's like a 50% chance. I'm weighing my options. I like it. I need to go get what if it were easier to get the permit? If I could. I'm just lazy. That's the holdup.
Do you have the Motorcycle Safety Foundation there? Take the Motorcycle Safety Foundation class because you basically come out of it with a license and you learn the very basics on their motorcycles. That shit is good.
Yeah, that is an option. That's probably a smart one to do. Or I could do what I was thinking and pay the $20 to get all the answers to the permit test, and just cheat on the permit test, and then go buy my gear and buy the motorcycle and just hit the road.
I mean, you'll pass. You don't have to cheat.
Watch a couple YouTube videos, of course.
I mean, it's not like
how to ride a motorcycle.
I mean, you're talking about. Dude, the only way people survive on motorcycles is if they take it seriously. I strongly advise as your attorney that you buy a motorcycle of reasonable performance and you take the responsibility of riding it pretty seriously. Because people who don't, they fucking die. I mean, they actually die like often.
Or worse, they can't walk.
Or worse, they're fucking maimed. Are you talking about something specific?
Chicks don't dig them anymore. No. I just know that Kyle would not want to live with a major injury.
Yeah, you'd have to like.
I promise you, I won't live with a major injury. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I mean, you'll pass.
No, that's absolutely smart. That has been my thought process all along. That I should.
Motorcycles are fun even if you ride them within a reasonable pace. They're still very fun, even if you're being responsible. They're still very fun.
And a lot of that depends on the bike, right? Like
that too.
If you buy some bikes are not fun at 60 miles an hour, and some bikes are.
That one I'm looking at looks fun. It looks fun. It looks like I could it's only a 650. It looks like I could really take it through the gears and have a good time.
They're super good because it's a V-twin, and so you've got a lot of mid-range torque, so you don't have to zing the thing to 10,000 RPM all the time. You can really work your way up. in the power. They make really linear power, so you can stay in the bottom half of the RPM range and still be going pretty good, and just not get it's not like a Gixxer where it's like it's got nothing below 9,000 and you're like constantly you don't have to do that. It's cool.
And
It's a
V-twins
really,
are
really
cool.
good
So
one.
Matt, tell me if I get anything wrong here, but I think V-twins, the cylinders, the interval at which they fire is not steady. And a parallel twin, it is. So my bike goes ba 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 ba, and it's it's not the most exciting idle. A V-twin goes ba 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 ba, there it goes ba 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 ba, and it sounds like a motorcycle. It sounds like it's supposed to.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about you could think about it in car terms, right? If you think about the sound of a Honda, which is a very even tone, even if it's high pitched, or compared to the sound of like a big block Chevy, which is very rough.
You hear the
That's
firing
the same
order.
kind of
It's much
thing.
better.
Yeah.
I like that so much better. Like
Yeah.
I grew up with big block Chevys, like 383 strokers and 400
Yeah.
small blocks and stuff like that, and just building little drag race cars. And I really like.
I mean, maybe you want a Harley. Honestly.
No.
And what's it sound like when you get it going even faster?
Fuck you. It's
You have for Harley, you say potato.
What I
potato,
really want-
potato.
I think I want to get to Suzuki and like learn to ride a little better. Woody made a good point. Like it's it's a $7,000 motorcycle. It's really fucking cheap, if I'm being honest. And but what I really like is the Indian Scout 60.
They're cool. They're
That's a
cool.
cool look. I like that one.
I really like
Yeah.
the look of that bike. I like all the color schemes on that bike. And if I ever, but what I might do if I get this Suzuki and like really enjoy riding, and it depends what I want after that. If I'm riding the Suzuki and I'm like, man, I wish I had more speed or more sportiness, then I might go to that Indian sport bike that I fucking love so much.
Oh, the FTR
The
1200.
FTRS.
The FTR rules, yeah.
The 1200
FTRs.
cc fucking
Dude,
rocket
yes.
ship.
To me,
nasty, that thing. Yeah,
it
it's
takes
really
styling
wild.
cues from the SV650 though.
It's
That's
very
why
cool.
I like the SV. The SV has that exposed chassis look that I really
Yeah.
enjoy on the Indian bike. But if I'm like, I wish I had something that was a little more like, I just kind of want to cruise around and have a little straightforward speed. I don't. Maybe corners have frightened me. Maybe I drop the bike in a corner or something like that. It scares the fucking shit out of me. And
You
I
won't
never
drop
want
it
that
in
to
a
happen
corner.
again.
You'll drop it in a parking lot at 1 mile an hour trying
That's
to make
absolutely-
a U-turn.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But in that case, maybe I'm like, yeah, let's just get that Indian bike. Like I think they both look good. And Indian is kind of what I've settled on as far as like the look of a bike. But it's those two models. It's that sport bike, the
FTR.
Well, yeah.
That
You'll
one in
figure it
particular-
out. You'll figure it
Like,
out
I
after
do
a
like
couple
the
months
black.
on the SV.
Click
I
the
do
top.
like
awesome.
the black.
Yeah,
but
one of the
that-
top ones, Zach.
Yeah, the top one there, that color scheme in particular.
Yeah.
Everything about that is sexy as fuck to me.
The
I
darker
really
red
like
on
that.
the right looks neater, I think. Like that more
It's
maroon.
it's the same thing. It's just the camera.
Just different photo, a different. Okay. Well, yeah, that
Yeah.
one looks really neat.
I mean, it's a
Those
race
are
bike.
fucking badass.
The exhaust
they're,
is
they're
different.
really, really cool.
The exhaust is.
They
different.
all
The
have
exhaust is
optional exhausts. You can get like the regular one, which is the long pipes, and then the optional one, which is the short pipes, probably. But you'll be good. Like a couple months on that SV, it's like that's a right down the middle bike, and then you can figure out from there which way you want to focus your energies.
That's what I'm
right.
thinking as well. You're exactly right. That's kind of what I was thinking. In my ignorant opinion, it was just like this seems like a good beginner's bike. It's nice and cheap too. If I drop a $17,000 motorcycle, I'm gonna be sick to my stomach. But if I drop a $7,000 bike, like probably won't.
I mean,
much.
Buy a frame slider.
Can I give you a little bit of practical advice? Buy
Yeah.
one that's 3 years old for $5,000.
That's what I
and then
keep
sell
looking
it
for one.
$5,000.
Dude, that's what I've been trying to do. There's none. There's like
Yeah, Matt, I'm not sure your advice is timely. I feel like people are
I'm
coming
good.
out of COVID just buying every motorcycle and hotel room, and they're shot out of a cannon doing outdoor shit.
When I find used Suzukis,
I know.
they're like $7,000, and I'm like, wait a minute, The brand new one with a sticker on it is $7,700.
Oh, well,
Mhm.
if that's what the market looks like, I haven't looked in a while. So if that's what the
It's
market looks
dumb.
like, yeah, get the new one.
Yeah.
Get the new one. Fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
you're good.
dumb. Like because that's what I was thinking too. Like in my head, I was like, I should be able to get like out the door $5,000 on like a 3-year-old one with a couple thousand
Yeah.
miles. And why would I give a fuck if like the seat's cracked even? Like I don't mind. Like I'll put a new seat cover on it. I'll get it reupholstered. I don't care about if it's got scratches. I prefer that. I'll be like,
Yeah, a
"Come on,
couple
it's got
scratches are good. Couple scratches
yeah.
are good. Yeah, you don't want to
Yeah.
give a fuck about it. Yeah, you want to
Yeah.
you want to be able to leave it parked outside somewhere and not really care.
As long as the battery's charged up and the
Yeah.
tires are new and like the thing runs smoothly, like that's all I care about. Don't crack my
Dude, we've got an
gauges,
ugly dirt bike here not a dirt bike. My podcast partner Zach, he had a motorcycle crash like 15 years ago, so he doesn't want to ride, but he knows that if the apocalypse happens, two wheels is going to get us out of LA. And I have my Vespa 300. My Vespa 300 is the shit. I will die on that hill. I love my Vespa, and he's got this thing called a MZ Bagheera, which is an
Zach, can
East
you pull up
German
pictures of these bikes?
motorcycle. An MZ Baghira is an East German motorcycle that has a Yamaha 660 single powertrain in it. It's like an enduro, but it's from like Eastern Bloc. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know how it ended up in America, but he bought it off my friend for $2,000, and it's like, not great, but it's okay from like 20 feet away. Yeah, there it is, the yellow one.
all right.
The
And,
yellow in the second row
the
towards
yellow.
the right.
Scroll down, third row, black background, yellow.
Yeah, there it is.
That MZ Bagheera 660. That's it.
Ooh,
That
that
looks cool.
appeals. Is his in supermoto trim like that one?
It's like a Power Ranger.
It looks exactly like that one in that photo in the yellow. Yeah.
For listeners,
So it's a
supermoto
660
is when they
single.
take a dirt bike and put street tires on it. That's
Yeah. So it has a 55 horsepower, 55 torque engine, and it goes brap, and it's like fun as shit. It's got scratches all over it. Like the blinkers are held on with fucking duct tape. It was like $2,000. It's great. It's so fun.
good times. Yeah.
Yeah.
I when I was young, I liked sport bikes. That was my thing. And how good a motorcycle was rated on how sporty it was. It was just one correct answer. Old me, no, I like every bike. I look at a cruiser and think of the day I would have on that. I look at a Vespa and think of the mission I would do with that. This, enduro bike, this dirt bike, this sport bike, like every motorcycle to me represents a different good time in a different place. And I like them all.
The good news about bikes is, at least, I mean, they're not cheap, but at least compared to cars, you could have 5 or 6 motorcycles for the price of one,
and people
nice car.
Yeah,
people do.
You can have 5 or 6, like you said, or like they hold their resale value a lot. I know a lot of guys who are like 28, 30 and have had 12 motorcycles so far.
Mhm.
Right? That's rarely true with cars. A 30-year-old is on his 3rd car. Like,
Yeah. I've got some folks here at the shop who rent a car space, and they put 4 motorcycles in it. We allow people to do that. I got a guy downstairs collects Italian motorcycles, and he's got like 4 like $35,000 like badass carbon fiber fucking crazy things that like shake the whole building when he starts them. They're cool.
See, this is a perfect example of what I was talking about. Here's a 2018 SV650 ABS, 3,600 miles, $7,000.
Nope.
They
That's a
$7,000
hard
for it.
nope.
That's a hard no, because I can get a brand new one for 7,700.
Yeah, I mean, I would maybe look up the Suzuki Gladius. They stopped making the SV650 and renamed it the Gladius for like 5 years, and so they went back to SV650 in like 2017 or 18. But it's the same motorcycle, just a different name. So look up like a 2013 or whatever, 12, 13, 14 Suzuki Gladius, and you might find one that's nice and cheaper, and it's fundamentally the same motorcycle. Just they changed the name to something that sucked, frankly. I don't know. SV650 had a fabulous reputation. I don't know why you would throw that brand name away like that, but they did.
So,
People have done worse, Infinity.